Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you again for participation. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you again. Thank you. And as you all know, today I'm going to just discuss or talk a little bit about the seven line phrase, which is so special and powerful, important, and full of blissful. Blessed by the Novemebr, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, lineage masters, and that is the continuation, ongoing, the voice of love and compassion. And that is known as the seven-line prayer or Vajra seven-line prayers. And of course, many of you already know that. And it's very popular prayers. Everybody practitioner of the Nyingma schools do these practices. And also it was revealed by so many great those Tirthas, one after another. So ever since Tirthas started emanated or started emanating in the Tibet in 11th centuries until now, it's the same word, same line, same prayer, just continues. Why? Because it's so special, so powerful, full of the blessed. Really so blessed. It is known as self-voice, Vajra voice from the Dharma Dhatu or from the great nature. It's a voice of the compassion, love, as I said, is the three, all the voice of the Buddha, Dharmakaya Buddha, Sambhokaya Buddha, and Nirmakaya Buddha. So this is what it is, really so special. So that we also do this practice all the time, you and me and everyone who is really doing practice of this. So I just thought trying to go over this. Particularly, this is the time of to invoke the power and the blessing of the Guru Padmasambhava is so important. There's so many difficult, kind of unstable situations that really happen in the world. Really now, one after another, when we're thinking of the elemental level, fire, water, wind, earth, everything is very shaky, kind of very unbalanced. Since we had memories, when we not really didn't see that. That time, of course, the news is not exactly like now, but we did not kind of notice that much change. Now, these days, that the elements are completely out of almost kind of like balance. And really so. Therefore, again, there's nothing we can do except to pray, except to invoke the power and the blessings of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and such as Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava is known as the Buddha of the degeneration times. Really so special. And then we're thinking of the human mentalities. Of course, the technology level is so much developed, so much developed. Because of due to that, there is also so many kind of like mentality is a very, very irregularities. When we started thinking of the time we was born or when you born, of course I was born in Tibet. It's very, very native ancient style. But even in the India and now in the modern country, it's just really so many change. And there is so many conception, thought, and then particularly the emotions are raging one after another. It's just everywhere going through. And then all these man-made troubles, suffering, the difficulties, challenges are just roaring. It's like thunders in every direction. Again, there's nothing we can do except our praise to the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and Guru Padmasambhava. Really, and kind of pray for the peace and harmonious understanding, respect and appreciations to each others, and then respect and appreciation to the earth, to the elements. Those are all really needed, I think. Very, very. Our kind of grandparents and natives and many great those masters often said that, but we didn't thought too much about these things. But now, really, truly, it's needed. I think it's really we have to activate it. That's so important to kind of feel more powerful way. So therefore, to do that, there's the most powerful one is really the practice of the Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava in the teaching mentioned that among all the Buddhas, Guru Pema, among all the Buddhas of the male Buddhas, Guru Padmasambhava is so powerful, so swept when the difficult trouble comes, when we pray. That is the promise, the commitment of the Guru Padmasambhava. And among all the female Buddhas, then Mother Tara is so special. Therefore, it is called the swept mother. And heroic mothers is so fast and quickly. Heroic swept mothers. Those are the teaching mentioned that so powerful to pray. So invoke those prayers, strength and power is, I think, is really so special. And therefore, I think some degree we kind of remind it to each other and activate our connection to the Buddha and Dharma Sangha, in particular to Guru Padmasambhava, which is embodiment of three jewels. Guru Padmasambhava is known as the embodiment of all the Buddhas of 3 times and 10 directions, and as well as the Dharma, and as well as the Sanghas in the precious Dharma. So therefore, I think prayer of this is so important. And then this 7-line prayer is the essence of the among all these practices. So that's what we go over that. And then, of course, you all have these prayers. So I go over this a little bit as much as I can. But generally, it has so many different meanings that were explored and taught by the great master Jamgung Maha Rinpoche. The great master Maha Rinpoche really explored of these meanings, the outer meaning, inner meaning, secret meaning, and so many different levels of the meaning that all kind of little meanings that kind of outer meaning, inner meaning more connected with the Mahayoga teaching, and inner meaning more connected to the Anu Yoga teaching, then Ati Yoga teaching in absolute level meanings. So this 7-line prayer is just like kind of when you open the 7-line prayers in the teaching of the Maha Rinpoche, you open the whole teaching of the entire Buddha's teachings. So that's what it is. So therefore, I mean, it's so special. Now, so we go over this again to this 7-line prayer in the external meaning as a devotional level that we do that. And again, of course, we do this practice and teaching that always we remember to reactivate our motivation is so important. And the motivation is the foundation and the base of everything, according to Buddhism. Because there is nothing else that is started without the motivation. Motivation is therefore so important. And this time, motivation of the good motivation. We have so many motivations in our so many conceptions of thought, but all those conceptions of thought are more connected with the ego clinging or the dualities, negative emotions, and this time more positive motivations, which is started with such as joy and appreciations. And we should more activate joy and appreciations. We have many reasons to be happy and joy. Really, even though we are in a samsara, even though we have a lot of difficulty, but there's so many beautiful things. And then, as of course, you all know in the Buddha teaching to be born as human being is so special. It's not just a coincidental. Really, we are brilliant, bright, very, very special human beings. So that is. Then when we start practicing, those practitioners have 18 endowments. All those 18 endowments, at freedoms, 10 luxuries, qualities, we all have so special, beautiful, feel joy and happy, and appreciate that. At the same time, have courage and commitment that I'm going to use this beautiful, precious human life for the purpose of something good for myself and as well as other living beings. Really feel that attitude, thought, from the strong lip of our heart. That is the foundation. With that thought, then vastness motivation of bodhicitta. And again, as I already said that, this time we are gathered together here and reminded to each other as the importance of practice of Guru Padmasambhava is to benefit for all living beings, the elemental level or environmental level, as well as all the human beings and beyond the human beings. In the Buddhism, Buddha taught there is 6 other realms or 5 other realms. So it's not just only human beings. Everyone is struggling. Everyone is involved and struggling with their karmas, past deed that is matured right now and happening. And the deeds of the sentient beings are not always good karma, because with the negative emotions. And negative emotion is the cause of the bad karmas, according to the teachings. And therefore, then it reflects so many results. When we're thinking of the how many positive thought and a negative thought or duality thought, we have more negative thought or more self-important, kind of self-centered mind thought than the thought of the bodhicitta or thinking about the beings. So that's how really we goes. But thinking of the bodhicitta means we're reversing that attitude and thinking of all the other beings, really wishing good things for every living being, and I'm going to practice and meditate and benefit for all the living beings. So really, sincerely wish from the heart, with poor boundless thoughts, such as boundless love, or limitless, immeasurable. Those are the terminologies. Boundless, immeasurable, limitless, also immeasurable love for all the living beings, immeasurable compassion for all the sentient beings, immeasurable of the joy and appreciations, immeasurable of the great equanimity thought. Those are the foundation of the bodhicitta, the enlightened mind. Enlightened mind is based on the love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. When we have that thought in our mind and heart, then that is a waking mind. That is known as bodhicitta, thinking all beings. In that state, the self-centered mind is very small, and is self-important mind is so small, and is really, you open the door to everyone. That is called bodhicitta in the Sanskrit word, and in English, enlightened mind. Or in Tibet, Sangchapje Sim. That is. With those thoughts, and then Vajrayana teaching is esoteric teachings. So, according to the ultimate level, everything is enlightened status. Why we don't see that now? Because due to our dualities, we don't see that. We are in a world of cataracts of the dualities. The curtains or the veils of the duality, we don't perceive the way things are. But reality level, everything is enlightened, as in the teaching mentioned, always teaching. Say that. So therefore, according to Vajrayana, motivation is known as purity, understanding, realization, motivations. Say everything is enlightened. Poems are enlightened. All the poems, all the sounds are enlightened. And all the mind on the openness state is enlightened. And all the enlightened things are also not the three individually in the three different places. All is within all, within one single state. That is reality. That is nature. That is the destination to discover. We discover to that. That is our goal, to discover nature. So to activate those qualities, then start to practice, and particularly more bodhicitta, particularly this time. Bodhicitta has two bodhicittas, relative true bodhicitta and absolute true bodhicitta. This time, more relative true bodhicitta, wishing really good things for all living beings. For that very reason, I'm going to practice and meditate. Practice and meditate, kind of those thoughts are so important. With this thought, those beautiful motivation, and now we go to the 7-line practices. And generally, the 7-line prayer is the invocation also. It is a practice, also is a meditation, and it is a devotion practices too. It is often named King of all the prayers in the teaching mentioned. King of all the prayers. Among all the prayers to the Guru Padmasambhava, there is so many sadhanas, so many practices, but this is essential practice, essential of all the practices. and is known as the king of the practices. It is really encompasses all the prayers, practice, meditation, sadhanas of the Guru Padmasambhava condensed in this status. And where this is appeared to this world, there is also many teachings, souls. In the Dharmakaya level, how this appeared, the 7 line prayers. And the Sambhogaya level, how that is appeared. And how the 7 line prayer appeared. So in the Dharmakaya level, how 7 line prayer appeared. And the Dharmakaya, I think said, and the Sambhogaya level, how these 7 line prayers appeared. And in the Dharmakaya level, how this prayer came, appeared or came. That. And the Sambhogaya level, Dharmakaya level, in the teaching said, the essence of this prayer is what? Essence of this prayer is loving kindness and compassion. And that is the nature of the Dharmakaya. Essence of this, the compassion and nature of the compassion and wisdom is not something categorized or like kind of like as like that you can. This Dharmakaya level is pervasive. Compassion is pervasive. Wisdom is pervasive. That we cannot really categorize it, or we cannot put labels. It is all pervasive nature to every aspect or every dharma dhatus beyond any conception. That's how it is like it's already there. That's how in the Dharmakaya level it is. When that nature is already in that blended in the Dharma or great emptiness or Dharma dhatu status, then in the teaching said that all those great Sambhogaya Buddhas made the praise to Guru Padmasambhava. That prayer is 7 line prayers. And that prayer is not just a kind of Sambhogaya Buddhas came together and how we make the prayers. Spontaneously arise these 7 line prayers. Arise and they joined that prayer. These Sambhogaya Buddhas have made that prayers. That moment, 5 great emanations of the Guru Padmasambhava in the Sambhogaya level appeared. Those are known as 5 Sambhogaya Guru Padmasambhava, or which is known as Buddha Guru Padmasambhava, and Vajra Guru Padmasambhava, Ratna Guru Padmasambhava, Pema Guru Padmasambhava, and Karma Guru Padmasambhava. Those are also another name in the Tibet, Thomtre Denga. Thomtre, mighty scroll garland of the 5 gurus, appeared, and they emanated as the when they chant, or when all the Dharma, Sambhogaya Buddhas chant of these 7 line prayers, spontaneously as the voice of the true nature. That moment, these 5 guru, Sambhogaya Guru Padmasambhava appeared in the pure land of the Buddha Amitabha. In the teachings, it appeared that. And they are emanating and they are benefiting according to the levels of the Sambhogaya, benefiting so many of those highly enlightened status. That when that now needed to appear to the Nirmakaya levels, then in the teaching said Guru Padmasambhava, these 7 line prayers appeared, particularly when in the Nalanda Monastery University in India, ancient time, Nalanda Monastery University, they had some difficulty, challenges to continue to maintain the Nalanda Monastery Universities. Then all those great masters in the Nalanda Monastery Universities are very concerned and worried. That moment, great wisdom Dakini appeared to them, why don't you call to my brothers? And so then they said, ask, who is your brother? And he said, my brother who lives in the far beyond or far away, known as the channel ground of the blazing fire places. So that's so far we cannot go there. How we can invite? If you call with this prayer, what I will teach you, then he will come. So this Dakini taught to those great masters of Nalanda Monastery universities of the 7 line prayers. And then they chanted these prayers, 7 line prayer, and that moment Guru Padmasambhava appeared again to the Nalanda Monastery universities and helped to secure the monastery universities and as well as their practices. So that's how began to the Nirmakaya levels of the 7 line prayers in these worlds. And then when Guru Padmasambhava came to Tibet, then he gave these teachings to so many peoples, all those practitioners, one after another. And then ever since, this teaching become so popular. Particularly this teaching is hidden in the many different areas throughout the Tibet, and those great ethnos are revealed one after another. So that's how this teaching, kind of history of this teaching comes. So this is not composed by someone, but it is really self-voice, the major voice of love and compassion and wisdom. And this is then also emanation of the Guru Padmasambhava in self came in this form. So therefore, this is so special. And therefore, we also don't chant this, like greater our teacher and Khenpo Padmasambhava mentioned that we shouldn't chant this as translated, kind of in a translated English word, chant this in the original voice. Language, it is more powerful, blissful, and as like mantra. Mantra we don't translate it, and even though it has different meanings, but we chant as a mantra as it is. That is how they did in Tibet, that when they translated all the Buddha teaching in Tibet, but mantra they kept exactly as it is, the chant, and this is what we do here too. So those are the brief histories. Now we talk of this. First, this is how we're going to do these practices. First, I think many of you already know, we feel strong presence of Guru Padmasambhava right in front of our skies. Skies, and Guru Padmasambhava is, as he said, embodiment of all the Buddhas, Dharmas, and Sanghas. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas with 10 directions and 3 times come together as one single state, as known as Guru Padmasambhava, right in front of our skies. And Guru Padmasambhava is sitting on the lotus, sun and moon discs. As you all know, Guru Padmasambhava is a transcendental wisdom rainbow body and emanating light of love and compassion and wisdom to us, to all the beings. And Guru Padmasambhava is full of compassion, full of love and kindness, wisdom, really feel strongly that power. And Guru Padmasambhava is also known as the embodiment of all the, as I said, the 3 roots, Guru, Deva, Dakinis. And all the gurus that you have connected that come together in one single state as Guru Padmasambhava. And all the Yedam deities also come together. And the Dakinis are all come together as Guru Padmasambhava. And the Dharma Palas, protectors, those all come together in one single state of Guru Padmasambhava. That's how it is a truly living Buddha, feels strongly powerful. And then also same time, I'm going to chant and pray by this power that may that dispel all the obstacles, obscuration, disease, sicknesses, myself, and as well as all the living beings, and all the everywhere that bring joy and peace, harmonious peace and happiness, and no more wars, no more disease, no more famines, no more natural disasters. Really, which is sincerely thinking that strongly. And by that, when we pray that power of the Guru Padmasambhava emanating every different direction, elemental level, it is balancing all the elements. Earth, water, fire, wind, everything is balanced perfectly as it should be. And then emanated blessing light is to all the beings of 6 realms. It removed all the suffering, the difficulties for every living being, so whatever they're going through that. And this human world, all the difficulties, troubles, and the war, and the fighting, disaster, and nature, completely dispelled. Everybody their love, joy, appreciation, and kindness thought, really from the heart, born. So it, all the universe of the world is become as like golden age country world. Really wishing that sincerely that. With that, and then join these prayers. When we do this prayer, this 7 line, of course, you know. The first line is explaining. First, I go over this just general kind of meaning of the devotion. First line is explaining where Guru Padmasambhava come from, or where it was, where Guru Padmasambhava appeared. So first line. And the second line explaining how it appeared in that country, how that appeared, as you see. Third line, that what achievement, realizations that individual has. That means Guru Padmasambhava. What that is, achievement. So explaining achievement. And then the fourth line explaining what is the name of that great beings. This. And then how that come, that great being, how it appeared. When he appeared, who is alone together with that, or together with that. And then, so those up to this fourth line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 line is object of the, in the general level, is object of our refuges. Object, refuge. And the refuge, our refuge is, as I said already, Guru Padmasambhava is the embodiment of the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And 3 roots, Guru, Deva, and Rakin, and the Dharma Palace. It's not just one single individual great beings. Guru Padmasambhava is also living Buddha right now. It's not the Buddha of the past that came as historically and gone. No, it's a living Buddha, really. And Guru Padmasambhava is not just a future Buddha, upcoming Buddha. It's right now. Guru Padmasambhava is a living Buddha. Right now, present Buddha. How is he living? Also the limit of number of the Guru Padmasambhava has no limitation. Countless emanations. Guru Padmasambhava himself said in teaching, said, I will be with you, or I will be each of with you. So when you have the devotion and the connection, Guru Padmasambhava is right with us. With us. Not just one person have to go into that. The wherever, as always in the teaching, they use the examples. When the brilliant sun or the moon shines up in the sky, wherever that moon or the sun image comes, wherever there is the conditions, such as ports or the oceans, lakes, or the ports and pans or bowls, if there is water filled with that, everywhere the image, reflection of the moon and sun or the star will shine. Similarly, wherever we have the devotions, connections, and prayer, the Guru Padmasambhava right reflecting to each of our heart and mind right in front of us. That's how it is. And this time, until this 5th line is the object of Guru Padmasambhava, the way we pray that. And the 6th line is, now what we like to do, we like to follow. This is our determination. courage and commitment, our loyalties, we are ready to follow without doubt and hesitations and a skeptical thought. We are really set the goal I like to follow. That is set. And therefore, the seventh line explaining, then bless me, make me that happen. Make me like as you. Because according in Buddhism, the enlightenment is not reserved by the certain groups. We all have the potential. We all have the opportunities. If we worked for our enlightenment, we all will get enlightenment. We all will become Buddha. Therefore, with our determination, with our courage and commitment, when we practice and follow that, then the realization blessings, fulfillment, accomplishment blessings then comes here. So come to confirm the blessings. So the blessed that Guru Padmasambhava was blessed as an assistant, as a condition to sprout, to growth, to bloom our nature of the Buddha. Make us like you, so that we can benefit for all living beings. As long as sentient beings are existing, as long as sky is existing. That is what great Master Shantideva said in his teachings, Guide to Various Lives of the Bodhisattva. As long as the space existing, as long as the sentient beings are existing, may I existing and benefit for all those beings and help to all the beings. And that is also in the great teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching, King of the Aspiration Prayer, says, as long as sentient beings are existing, that long they have the emotions. As long as they have the emotions, they have the karmas. As long as they have the karmas, they have the troubles, difficulties, struggles. That long may I benefited, help it to all the beings. So make ourselves as a fulfillment of the Guru Padmasambhava, and then to be as a service, benefit, to support to all the living beings, as Guru Padmasambhava himself. Guru Padmasambhava is known as transcendental wisdom rainbow body, beyond death and birth, is a living Buddha right now. There's so many histories. Guru Padmasambhava really came to the many of those great practitioners and blessed one after another. I mean, for example, in Tibet, all those great masters in Tibet, there's many minor schools, but the majority is called four schools of Tibet Buddhism. Those great masters of the four schools, almost everyone has their life story, has something they're blessed by the Guru Padmasambhava. In their dream or their visions, or in their direct perceptions as human beings to human beings. They bless. This is the Guru Padmasambhava. So this is the powerful way to invoke the power and the blessing of the Guru Padmasambhava with these 7-line prayers. So that is like first kind of to highlight of that. And now we go with the what's called. We go over these each lines. Let me like. Think. That. So now, we go now with the line by line. So that now we kind of highlighted that, and now we go with the first is the Hong syllables. Hong is Sanskrit word, of course. It's Sanskrit language. Hong is a very secret and a very special syllables. In the teaching mentioned, it is symbolizing 5 wisdoms. So one way that this Hong syllable is the essence of the 7-line prayers. All the essence of the 7-line prayers is 5 wisdom represented. Is Hong syllable is the 5 wisdoms. 5 wisdoms are, of course, many of you know that. I will list the names. Those are known as Dharma Dhatu wisdoms and marrow-like wisdoms. And then equanimity wisdoms. And then discrimination awareness wisdoms. And 50 is all accomplishing wisdoms. Those are known as 5 wisdoms. These 5 wisdoms are then is also compassions, union of the compassions. Each of those wisdoms are connected with the great compassion that has no boundaries, no restrictions, pervasive compassions. That essence of these 5 wisdoms, where is that? Is then, if we look to the, in our own level, this is our nature of the mind. Your nature of the mind is the essence of the 5 wisdoms and compassions and loving kindness. So in that way, in that level, Hong syllable is absolute Padmasambhava, our own natural mind. But this time, we are invoking Padmasambhava external level with our devotional level as a subject and objects. So, first we chant Padmasambhava known as heart syllables. Heart, it is Hong syllable, is heart syllable, it is 5 wisdom syllables. It's compassion wisdoms. Has no boundaries, no restrictions. That essence is so giant. From Hong syllable emanated all these prayers now, in that way, Hong. Now, what is? First is, as I said earlier, is the place where Guru Padmasambhava appeared external level on the Nirmakaya levels. According to the teaching said, Guru Padmasambhava appeared in the Odhyana, here said, what is the country of Odhyanas. Where is this Odhyanas? Is again is northwest of the India. And it said, where is the center? Where you call for the, when you have to count the direction, have to be center. According to Buddhism, the Buddha Gaya is the center of the earth. Buddha Gaya, and that is in India, in the northern India, in the Bihar. Many of them, I'm sure you've been there. Buddha Gaya. So Buddha Gaya is the center of the universe or the world according to Buddhism. From there, you count to the northwest. And that country is Odhyanas. And modern time, the kind of money historically, and they recognize it is in the kind of told in the Pakistan, modern time in the Pakistan, in the area that. And some said in the Pakistan area, there is called Swat Valleys. That area is called. But so that area is Odhyanas. Odhyana is a very mystery country, not just only in the Guru Padmasambhava, but so many great Vajrayana masters really came in that country. That area, ancient time, is very, very mystery places. There's so many mysteries that in the Buddhist literature, in the Vajrayana literature, explaining that. So many things. So that is the country of the Odhyanas. In the Odhyanas, again, southwest, there is like Danakoshas. That is the Guru Padmasambhava appeared in that is second line explaining. On the pist of lotus. Where is that pist of lotus? In the southwest of the Odhyana, there is, I think maybe now we can say maybe in a gorge of the legs or the bay of the legs, Dhanakosha lakes. Beautiful colored waters. So many lotus are blooming there. So many general beauty of so many lotus. What that means, so many lotus? Not according to the teachings, there is so many colorful lotus. White lotus, red lotus, yellow lotus, green lotus, blue lotus. Those are in the teaching mentions. Those are known as the 5 lotus or the 5 Buddha families appeared. And when Guru Padmasambhava appeared right middle of the red lotus. Red lotus which is symbolizing Padma families. Among the 5 Dhyana Buddha is a Padma family. Guru Padmasambhava is a Padma family. Such as Buddha families, Vajra families, Renna families, Padma families, Karma families. Guru Padmasambhava is Padma families. And Padma family, and so in the red lotus appeared. And how that appeared, in the teaching said, when the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni entered Mahaparinirvana about 2,600 years ago. I mean, that you can count exactly, you can find exactly in places. Just before the Buddha Shakyamuni entered Mahaparinirvana, Buddha announced that he is going to enter Mahaparinirvana. That means he is going to, in the samsara level, normal level, he is going to go past. He is going to go past that. When that heard, so many disciples got very upset. Particularly in the teaching, say the Ananda, the who been attendants of the Buddha Shakyamuni for many years, got very upset. So Buddha said to all the Sangha members there, you should not upset. Do not upset. That everything we are in this world have to leave sometimes. The end of the birth is death. End of the going up or high is coming down. End of the collecting things will dispel. End of the gathering will also separate it. It's the way things are. Shouldn't get upset. But I will be not gone as disappeared. I will be back after 8 years Mahaparinirvana, my Mahaparinirvana, back to even better than me. I will be back. That's what said in the Sutra teachings. What that means, better than me. But there is actually realization level, there is nothing higher realization than Buddha Shakyamuni's. Buddha Shakyamuni is Buddha. There is nothing higher than Buddha realization. But Buddha likes to glorify his reincarnations. I will be born. It's better. And what great many masters said, why Buddha said that? Because Guru Padmasambhava is beyond the death and birth. That is just different. Buddha Shakyamuni in the samsara level, normal level, he entered Mahaparinirvana, so he passed away. Guru Padmasambhava is, according to the teaching, is beyond the death and birth. So therefore then, Buddha highlighted that. So therefore, Guru Padmasambhava is known as reincarnation of the Buddha Shakyamunis. Then Guru Padmasambhava is known as also emanation of the Buddha Amitabha. That means what? Buddha Amitabha did not die to enter Mahaparinirvana. When the time needed, in the teaching said, when time needed to appear the Nirmanakaya Buddha of the Buddha Amitabha, or the reincarnation of the Buddha Shakyamuni need to appear, and from the heart center of the Buddha Amitabha emanated 5-pointed golden Vajra from his heart. Golden Vajra. Like this is Vajra, of course, whenever you know. 5-pointed is called. Emanated that as a statue landed right middle of the pistil of the red lotus in the Lake Dhanakosha, southwest of the Uddiyana. That moment, Guru Padmasambhava appeared as an 8-year boy, fully developed, fully enlightened, brilliant emanation appeared in the teachings. And that moment, so many Ndakas and Ndakinis, male, female, appeared. And also many birds are began to singing. Ndakas and Ndakinis are singing prayers, many different prayers, but also 7-line prayers. They're chanting these 7-line prayers. Prayers. Brilliant. And so that is what really is tells how Guru Padmasambhava appeared. So the Guru Padmasambhava is not just gradually enlightened beings that got enlightened. Guru Padmasambhava already enlightened beings. Beings appeared in order to secure the teaching of the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni and to glorify the Vajrayana, particularly Vajrayana teaching. For those reasons, in the teaching mentioned, Guru Padmasambhava is known as Buddha of Vajrayanas. Those are teachings said. Sutra teaching because is Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni, when he came to 2,500 or 600 years ago in India, he was giving the mostly teaching external level sutra teachings. Sutra teaching, he did not give openly Vajrayana teachings. He gave the open Vajrayana teachings according to higher levels, but not common that time individually can receive because they are not ready to receive. He gives sutra teaching, Vinaya teaching, Abhidhamma teachings, so that they can adjust it, they can connect it. Gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni teachings are never imposed to anyone. What in the teaching always, Buddha gave teachings according to their readiness. Readiness of their capabilities, readiness of the devotion, readiness of their heart. So they can practice with joy, happy, more relaxed. They don't have to put so many skeptical attitudes. They can immediately connect with that. That's what the gracious teacher did. But Guru Padmasambhava gave the teachings, Vajrayana teachings, verbal teaching, but with his activities, Guru Padmasambhava did, is all Vajrayana teachings. Great Master Khenpo Padmasambhava, which many times said his actions and Guru Padmasambhava activity is not exactly lined up in the samsara levels. Where he appeared, we call the lotus bone. Lotus bone in the samsara level is very questionable. Very kind of like, how you can digest that? How you can think that appeared? But when you are beyond the dualities, out of duality boundaries, everything is possible. There's no restrictions. Look at these modern times. We fly in the sky, go in the sky, and drink Coca-Colas, and 7-Ups, and Diet Cokes, all the club sodas, really, and the tea and the coffee, and talking somewhere else too. It's true, it's not mythological stories. It's really happening. Well, we're talking, sitting here right now, talking to the other side of the wall, not even moving from the room. It's not mythological stories. Those are the technology developed, external technology development. But when you have the development of the mind, realization level is trillion times, according to teaching, trillion times more powerful. Really more powerful. Therefore, many times in Buddhism, inconceivable. Something that you cannot conceive. That tells that the nature is not restricted when you have no other beauty. So, Guru Padmasambhava appeared in a lot of order to break through the duality conceptions, barriers. And not just only in Guru Padmasambhava, those many great yogis, rishis, sages, they walk in the sky, sit in the sky, I mean, all those mysteries in the conceptual level, how you can do those. And transforming fire into the water, water into the fire, fire. And those transformations, the elements are completely lost their controls. They really do. When they have you have the capabilities, when you see the beauty and the mysterious nature of the mind or the nature as it is, the restrictions, all that completely has opened. So Guru Padmasambhava appeared in the lotus. And when that appeared, what was his names? Then known as, renowned as he said, you are renowned as lotus bones. You are known as Guru Padmasambhava. Oh, sorry, not there. And then what do you attend? Mostly, the third line, you have attained mostly marvelous supreme cities. As I said, Guru Padmasambhava is not gradually developed a process of the first bhumi, second bhumi, or the first path, the second path, third path, and then bhumis one after another reached. Guru Padmasambhava is like emanated Buddha appeared right here. Many times the teaching said, like as a Garuda landing on the ground. Garuda when come, or the bird when the vultures or those eagles landed, they not just developed that places, they fully developed. Guru Padmasambhava is fully enlightened, fully developed, total enlightened. What is developed fully? Fully developed all the 5 wisdoms, 5 kayas, or 3 kayas, or 4 kayas, all that developed, already developed. Remove all the obscurations, negativity is completely removed. Attachment, grasping, negative emotions, poisons such as the ignorant poisons, attachment poisons, poison of the angers, poison of the jealous, poison of the arrogance, poison of the doubt, those all gone, completely removed. And that level in Buddhism, when the teaching said, more often, free from the 2 obscurations. Emotion obscurations, knowledge obscuration, totally removed. It's fully enlightened. That's I said so many times, and of course you know too. You heard too. I mean, we all heard too. Guru Padmasambhava is fully enlightened. Not just one single individual Buddha. Guru Padmasambhava is embodiment of all the Buddhas of the 3 times. Past Buddhas who came, all come together as Guru Padmasambhava. Present Buddha, the whoever there, why that present Buddha? Because we call present Buddha Buddha Shakyamuni. But in Buddhism, the greatest teacher Buddha Shakyamuni mentioned that there is so many universes, numerous universes in every different directions. Not just only this earth. World, this is of course one, but there's so many. In those universes in the world, there's so many individuals. There's so many pure landers, so many Buddhas. Those 5 Dhyana Buddha, what we cannot talk, is not just his story. According to Buddhism or the Vajrayana teaching, they're really living Buddha. That means Buddha Vajrasattva is living Buddha. Renasambhava is a living Buddha. And Amitabha is a living Buddha. And Amoghasiddha is a living Buddha. And Vairochana is a living Buddha. Then all the Buddhas teaching, all those so many Buddhas mentioned. And various Buddhas, Taras, Avalokiteswaras, Manjushiris, Vajrapanis, according to the teaching, they all living Buddha. They are beyond with death and birth. They are living Buddha. So Guru Padmasambhava embodiment of all these past Buddha that who came in our historic memory, but they're there. They come in together as one single sitting Guru Padmasambhava, and the future Buddha upcoming. According to Buddhism, there is that many of you know. 1,000 Buddha. This is called fortunate eons. Fortunate eon, there is 1,000 Buddha will come, or some came. And those 4 of them came, and the 4th one as Buddha Shakyamuni. And there is now 996 Buddha will come. Guru Padmasambhava embodiment of all these Buddhas too. And plus more that. And then 3 roots. Guru. Root of the blessings is Guru's always teaching said. And root of the accomplishment is the Yadam deities or Devas. And the root of the activity is the Dakinis. And the Dharma balance. Guru Padmasambhava is all that. And therefore, activity of Guru Padmasambhava is also activity of all those Buddhas. And Guru Padmasambhava is pacifying Buddhas. Guru Padmasambhava is increasing Buddhas. Guru Padmasambhava is also magnetizing Buddhas. Guru Padmasambhava is also subjugating Buddhas, the one subjugates. And Guru Padmasambhava is the one who performed all the activities together. There. And for those reasons, in the teaching mentioned, Guru Padmasambhava, you who hold all the activities of the Buddhas. That means male Buddhas, female Buddhas, all the Buddhas. So therefore, therefore is called marvelous attainments. That is called marvelous attainment. You have attained the most marvelous supreme siddhis. Siddhis. Siddhi is a Sanskrit word, of course, you all know. Accomplishment. And many times they can highlight the temporary accomplishment or siddhis of the temporaries and the ultimate accomplishments. The temporary accomplishment is long life, prosperity, joy, peace, happiness, realization, free from the sicknesses, disease, obstacles, all those. And then plus discovering a lot of treasures and discovering, kind of seeing far beyond what we normally can see that. And can fast walking or the sky walking, all those are named as temporary accomplishments and the longevity too. And the ultimate accomplishment is then the fulfilling all goals of every living being and remove all the negativities or the true obscurations. That is ultimate accomplishment, ultimate siddhis. So this individual, the one is known as that really achieved all that realization in the marvelous siddhis. That is what this Guru Padmasambhava is. So that means now when we see that, and that Guru Padmasambhava is then what is known as that name is Guru Padmasambhava. Then is known as the lotus born. Lotus born Guru Padmasambhava. And then Guru Padmasambhava has so many different names, different emanations, but renowned and the most popular one is lotus born. And then in Tibet, most of the time we use name Guru Rinpoche. That's what in our prayer, Tusam Sanje Guru Rinpoche. Guru Rinpoche. Guru Rinpoche. Guru is a Sanskrit word which means teacher. Rinpoche means precious. So precious teacher. That's the name of the Guru Padmasambhava in Tibet. All the most practitioners of Tibetans call Guru Padmasambhava as Guru Rinpoche, the precious teacher. Or Padmasambhava, lotus born. There's so many names. And 8 different emanations of Guru Padmasambhava has 8 different names. And 20 emanations of the 20, again different names. And 6 emanations of Guru Padmasambhava known as 6 different names. Those 6 emanations are known, particularly known as Guru Padmasambhava, that who is benefiting in the 6 realms. 6 realms. So God's realm, Asura realm, and the human realm, and as well as the animal realm, hunger ghost realms, and the hell realms. There is 6 Guru Padmasambhavas. Those are who are helping. Those are the 6 Guru Padmasambhavas. But those are the highlight the gurus or the emanation of Guru Padmasambhava. Besides, there's many emanations helping support to all beings. So this is known as Guru Padmasambhava, renowned ones. Renowned ones here. You are renowned. Then this Guru Padmasambhava is just alone or there's some others. And here's the 5th line explaining who's within Guru Padmasambhava. Who is Guru Padmasambhava? Surrounded by with all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, enlightened beings, surrounded, all the Rakas and the Dakinis. Guru Padmasambhava. So numerous they are surrounded. Also in the teaching says they are also not different from Guru Padmasambhava in a way. His own display of the emanation, enlightened beings, appeared as a male or female forms, as Dakinis appeared. And then as well as the numbers of the gurus. And at that level, all the gurus of in India, 80 Mahasiddhas of those are surrounding Guru Padmasambhava. And the Padmasambhava. And then as well as also in Tibet, 25 disciples of Guru Padmasambhava, masters of the Kama lineage, master of Tenma lineage, master of all the 4 schools of Tibetan Buddhism, masters are surrounded to Guru Padmasambhava. That's the great master Karma Chami. Karma is one of the great masters of in Tibet. Karma Chami mentioned Guru Padmasambhava surrounded by all that. By all the masters, all the gurus of every lineage are really surrounded. Also, he embodies all those lineage masters and gurus. And then Guru Padmasambhava is surrounded by all the Yadam deities, such as Vejakalais, Hayangirvas, Yamintakas, and so forth. All the Vejaras and the Chakra Sambharvas and the Kala Chakras. All those Yadam deities are also as surrounding Guru Padmasambhava. Dakinis, such as Dakinis, the Samamukhas, and then black Dakinis, or the Tribanamos, and the Vajavarais, and the Yeshin Soja, Mandaravas, and Matik Labdum, and all those great Piman Dakinis or masters in India, those all surrounded that. In one way also Guru Padmasambhava is surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, every enlightenment, subtle levels. So all is the emanation of Guru Padmasambhava, or Guru Padmasambhava is within one single state of all of that. So that is what surrounded. So that is now our, as I said earlier, object of refuges, object of focal points, our focal point. We feel strong presence of Guru Padmasambhava right in front of the sky, with that achievement, with that realization, with that retinue, assemblies right in front of the sky. Even though they appeared, all those retinues and assemblies, they appeared in the different kind of, slightly different forms, different kind of dress, different colors, but yet realization level is the same. Full of love, full of compassion, full of wisdoms, really kindness, compassion, thought, looking to all of them, looking to us with their eye of love and compassion and wisdoms, and all the beings, emanating so many light, as blessing light, the compassion light, the wisdom light, from Guru Padmasambhava, and all the assemblies and Dakas and Dakinis, emanating to us without light, to ourselves, instantly remove all our obscurations, obstacles, diseases, sicknesses, negativities, and immediately activated our courage and commitment, confidence, and the realizations and determinations are all kind of activated, and as well as other living beings, same way that really feel strongly. With that thought, then say following in your footsteps, with that thought, follow you in my practice. That is the statement about determinations, your courage, your commitment. You're not just saying, oh, I'm going to think of that, or I'm going to see that, maybe I will do, maybe not. You are really decided. That's it actually we need for the practice. We need courage and commitment, determinations. We need steadies or loyalties. We need keep that is in the samsara level we need too. That's what how we follow. And the same way in the spiritual realization level, we need that. When you have the determination, you have the courage and the commitment, confidence. When you set that promise, commitment, then the achievement, result comes, really comes. It sometimes takes time, but sometimes it comes quite fast. One way or the other, we are on the path to the fulfillment. And we said that way, really that way. And that's what the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni said, as well as also Guru Padmasambhava. When you have that determinations, then nothing can prevent that. You are moving forward with the beautiful vision, beautiful goal, with the uplifting attitude, and what the great master Shantideva said, when you have that, you're moving from the happy to the happy, joy to the joy, and your physical mind is so strong and happy, and that so you're not really suffering the difficulty, but because of the power of the mind, your physical is strong and happy. Then you're not going to bored and tired, where you continue moving that. So, therefore, that is following you in my practices. So that is like you're set now, you're really going to practice following. Following my steps, that means Guru Padmasambhava is another way to explain commitment of Guru Padmasambhava. I'm following your commitment. I'm following to your loving kindness. I'm following your compassion. I'm following your wisdom and understanding. I'm following everything as you did. That's exactly where you practicing, where you meditating, where you helping sentient beings, where you transforming the negative emotions and not interfered by these negatives. I'm just going to exactly follows. You are my role models. I will follow like that. I will be exactly like that. When you have said that, and then that means also your devotions and all that stuff. I pray welcome. I pray you will come and confirm your blessings. So then you will come. When you have that courage and a commitment, as I said earlier, Guru Padmasambhava is never far distant. Always with you. It really comes and blesses you. Blessed comes means your body is blessed as Guru Padmasambhava, your speech is blessed as Guru Padmasambhava, and your mind, our mind is blessed, body, speech, mind as Guru Padmasambhava. So we become as, we like to become as Guru Padmasambhava, we are determined, and Guru Padmasambhava is blessing that. So that is really I pray to confirm your blessings. So that is the blessings. So that practice, and then with that practice is, of course, here when you talk this following my practice, and then is like according, and if you talk more kind of like little bit more kind of extended level, then you follow like according visualization levels, and you follow according to completion stage levels. There's 2 levels according to Vajrayana teaching. Visualization level, you visualize the Guru Padmasambhava right in front of your sky, and as I mentioned earlier, and then really follow practices and the reciting mantras as much as that you can. So those are the following, the visualization levels. And then in the completion stage level, which is then meditating. Got to chant these 7 line prayers and then meditate. Meditate with the shamatha meditation or the vipassana meditations. Both are. Then you really do the practice or the dzogchen meditations. So those are that. When you do those practices, and then it really will come. The blessing will come. Blessing will come, and I pray you, and and I pray you will compel your blessings. And so that is really about those. And the next one is the part of the Guru Pema Samba mantras. Guru Pema Sedehons. So that is, of course, you all know. And Guru is already, this is all Sanskrit word. And Guru is Guru Padmasambhava's name. And Guru Padmasambhava, and Guru is, according to Sanskrit, Guru, and is the meaning that has two meanings, and not underneath, and also is higher. Why is not under? Under is higher. Higher. So Guru means higher ones, higher. And what is higher? The realization level, and the achievement level is higher, or understanding, knowledge level is higher. Therefore, something that you can honor, because you have that person, or the Guru Padmasambhava has higher realization, higher knowledge, higher wisdom than ourselves. Therefore, is Guru. Guru, so object of Guru, or more knowledge in that. And Pema is a lotus. And the lotus means, then of course, free from all the negativities. And in the teaching often mentioned, lotus take the birth or born in the muddy water, but muddy water never affect to the lotus. Actually, is beautify that. And so even though we are in a samsara, therefore the samsara, but if we keep the courage and commitment, our loving kindness and compassion, then that person will be as a lotus. And similarly, Guru Padmasambhava appeared in this world, but never affected by the samsara things, always in a beauty status, beauty and a beautiful thing. And the siddhi is, as I already said, that already we saw meaning. Siddhi means accomplishment. Guru Padmasambhava achieved the ultimate accomplishment, and as well as then the temporary accomplishment, as if mentioned. And the Hong is now heart syllables. This prayer started from the Hong syllable, Hong, heart syllable, and now is concluding to that Hong syllable. So this all between 7-line prayers is a display of the five wisdoms and the compassions that comes from the five wisdom, this wisdom quality of the true nature of the Guru Padmasambhava appeared, and is concluding to this status, Hong syllables. Hong syllables. So that is really about these 7-line prayers. Now I talk a little bit about this as I said, the great Master Rinpoche explored this meaning, so many different levels, really so many different. So many different levels. So the absolute level, if we talk a little bit absolute level, according to the great Master Rinpoche's teaching in absolute level. Absolute level, if we speak, and it has, as I said, it has so many different levels, but at the absolute level, that means as Dzogchen levels. Dzogchen levels, if we speak this. Dzogchen level speak, this Hong is what? Is, as in a Dzogchen level, Hong is our own awareness, our own nature of the mind, our awareness. Our awareness is also known as Buddha nature. The great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni mentioned in a sutra teaching. Those sutra teachings, the Buddha nature is hidden right within our mind. So this Hong syllable is indestructible nature of our awareness, which has all the quality as mentioned earlier in the teaching, or as I said, the five wisdoms and all the compassions. So this means Hong is directly pointing to our inner nature. nature mind. We're not looking now Padmasambhava outside this means. This means the absolute Padmasambhava is within our heart or within our nature of the mind. This is absolute Padmasambhava. So that is home. Now from that home appeared all these following prayers. And now is the absolute level. This the first line explaining is the mind. The northwest border of the country of Odhyana. So what now this Odhyana is what? And as I said earlier, in the Buddhism, Tantra Buddhism history, Odhyana is the place where all the Vajrayana teaching mostly appeared, came. Buddha gave the Vajrayana teaching very secret level, higher level, not common level. But when the time is ready, those great masters, many of those Vajrayana teaching appeared from the Odhyana. So therefore, many times in the Vajrayana teaching, named Odhyana is the place where the secret teaching came, or Tantra teaching came. So in a level, our mind is the secret place where everything is coming. Every secret thing is coming from us. Where is it coming? From our mind. So this mind is the source of every secret things. Every secret things. That means what? Mind is source of samsara. Mind is source of nirvana. Nirvana, everything. We think coming of samsara and nirvana is coming from outside. According to the ultimate teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni or the Tantra teaching, is coming from mind. Our samsara, our own samsara, individual samsara is coming from mind. Nirvana is coming from mind. So that place of the Odhyana is externally mentioned as Odhyana, but reality is pointing out our mind. And then here, Nob Chain Sound, northwest border. What north? Northwest border. Northwest. West is in Tibetan is a Nob. Nob means what? Sitting. Sitting means what? S-E-T. Set. Setting. What setting? Sun and the moon all sets. In a secret level, what it means? Setting the duality. Duality is setting. When the duality is setting, in the Tibetan word, Chang, the north, coming, or it is open. Chang is open. When the duality is a setting moment, at that moment, the openness shines. So that means our mind's duality, when this appeared, the enlightenment, call it, comes. That is also in the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, when he was born. In the teaching mentioned, he walked 7 steps to each directions. Moment he took the birth. Particularly when he walked to the west, he said, this is my end of the birth, getting old, sickness and death. When he walked 7 steps to the north, he said, this is the beginning of the openings. Openings. So, this is Nubjeng. That is what it is. So when duality sets, the waking, the openness arises. What means border? Border means when that happened, duality dissolved, and the wakeness appeared. That named as border, but there is no border. border. Path, the path and the realizations, when we discuss in the path, 5 paths and 10 bhumis, there is no path externally. It's all different levels, achievement of levels. Same way, there's nothing really externally, it's borders. Borders. Or in philosophy level, middle way. Madhyamaka, in Sanskrit, Madhyamaka, in English translated middle way. But what is that middle way? Is there in really middle way something existing externally? No, nothing. It's beyond that explained. So now in that place, that beautiful secret mystery places, inner level, the absolute Padmasambhava is now second line explaining according to great master Rinpoche. This in the Tibetan word again, Pema Kesara Dumpola. Lotus, pistil of lotus. Pistil on the pistil of lotus. Or maybe here we're missing one word in English. But anyway, Pema in Tibetan is a Pema. Again, as you see the pronunciation here. Pema. Pema means the nature of the absolute Padmasambhava. Our nature of the absolute Padmasambhava, our awareness, is free from all the complexities. It's open, brilliant, free from all the complexity, as a lotus is free from the mud, muddy and the dirty. It's totally free. So this explaining of the quality and the openness of the nature of the absolute Padmasambhava of our mind is open. And the Kesar in the Tibetan, if you look at the Tibetan word, Kesar. Kesar is the Tibetan word translated as a pistil. Pistil is a compassion. That openness called it of lotus, openness as free from all the obscurations, and openness is completely abundant with compassion as pistil. So pistil is compassion. The absolute Padmasambhava nature of the mind is union of the emptiness, if I use simple word, union of the emptiness and compassion. Pema is, if I say simple way, Pema is the emptiness of the nature of the mind, and Kesari is great compassion of the nature of the mind. And the Dunko means the stock. And I think sometimes it's translated, I thought, steam. Steam. Steam, Dunko is steam. This means this compassion and emptiness is a union. There's no difference. We cannot see, oh, this is the emptiness, this is the compassion. Are united. The absolute Padmasambhava is always union of the compassion and wisdom. Wisdom is the emptiness. Wisdom is intelligence. Wisdom is awareness. Wisdom is understanding. Wisdom is common sense. Wisdom is sensibles. But yet, it's completely union with compassion, kindness, and love, loving kindness, blended in. That is Dunkula. Yamsin Chongur. That call it, that union of the compassion and the great emptiness or the wisdom, the union of that, has third line explained the absolute, that has every qualities. This is known as the Tathagata Garbha, Buddha nature. Or in a great teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni often mentioned it, is that all the qualities are already existing, inherited with the great emptiness, supreme qualities. Or sometimes I think they translated supreme endowment. Supreme endowment. All the qualities of the nirvanas are completely within that, and all the good qualities of samsara are completely in there. Everything is there. Nothing is missing. All the sambhokaya ornaments or sambhokaya qualities, richness, are completed to that nature of the absolute, which is our own nature of the mind. So then is marvelous, supreme, completely achievement, everything. All that. And then, of course, the more detail of the 5 guides, 5 wisdoms, everything is completed. What is known as that qualities? Then is called absolute Padmasambhava. Renowned absolute Padmasambhava is inherited, residing our heart, our nature, never left us, even 1 second. From the beginning time we deluded until now, and we're never going to leave. Always with us. That's renowned Guru Padmasambhava. It's renowned to every time. To all the time. No matter whatever challenges, the difficulties, troubles we go through. But this is always here. Even where the mostly difficult time, miserable times, this absolute Guru Padmasambhava is guiding us, ushering us, and directing us, so that we cannot completely lost it. That is Guru Padmasambhava. And then this absolute Guru Padmasambhava, what is surrendered? All the marvelous qualities, all the qualities are all the rationals. That is not different from the absolute Guru Padmasambhava. All the good qualities, everything, really. All this is just like as a sun, billion sun is surrounded by so many beams of light, which is not separated from the sun. It is a part of the display. And they are all, even though they have appeared in different ways, reality, same nature. Nature. All that displays our love, our compassion, our kindness, our understanding, our knowledge, even our negative emotions are the display of the absolute, this Guru Padmasambhava. Therefore, negative sense is purely already enlightened, original light. Therefore, we transform that. If it's not originally enlightened, how you can transform? We cannot make charcoal as white. We cannot make. But since it's already enlightened, just we have to slide, twist, click. Then we call transforming. Already enlightened. So this is the display. So all these displays, 5 senses, all these senses, eye senses, ear senses, nose senses, tongue, body, mind, all is the rationals. And plus more. That efforts. And now, this next one is, by knowing that, now the absolute Guru Padmasambhava is right with us, never left from us, even 1 second. That for that reason, now we are going to explore. We are determined, I'm going to follow exactly as you are. Explore that through the meritorious activities. Accumulation merit, wisdom merit. I'm going to follow to discover the absolute Guru Padmasambhava exactly I have. I'm determined, I'm ready to discover with courage, confidence, and then explore that through the instructions of the teachings. As Dzogchen teachings, all those teachings through the accumulation merit, all 6 paramatas. Paramatas, and as you follow, explore, and that is. And then when you do that, then it comes. The blessings, realizations, then show up. Even though it looks like coming, but reality discover. Coming. It says that I pray you will come, confirm. Then it really come. Realization will come. For that reason, in Sanskrit, a Sanskrit word, so what's called Tathagata, is the name of the Buddha. That's gone. Gone is not gone. It means discovered as it is. And Sugata, perfectly gone, perfectly discovered as it is. For that reason, Gata in the Sanskrit, and Gata and Heks, here Heks, in the Tibetan word Heks, or come. It's not just something coming, rediscovering. It's realization appeared. So that is really of the absolute level of meaning as Great Master Rinpoche explained it. And the next one is then mantras. Mantra is, this mantra is, first is Guru, second is Padma, and third is Siddhis. Guru is according to absolute level, it is Dharmakaya. And the Padma is Sambhokaya. And the Siddhi is the Nirmakaya. And how that is, again in the great teachings of the great Master Rinpoche, Guru, again as I said, Guru means not underneath or its higher ones. What means is Dharmakaya level is not under the dualities. Dharmakaya is not under the duality, not within the duality, it's beyond the duality. Therefore, it is a Guru. Dharmakaya is a Guru. Guru is Dharmakaya. And the Padma means Sambhokaya. Sambhokaya means abundance of the beauty, abundance of the richness. And that is free from all the obscurations, negativity, abundance of all the richness. What is all the richness? Richness of loving kindness, richness of compassion, richness of wisdoms. That's no limitations. Buddha's love, Buddha's kindness, Buddha's compassion shines all the time. No matter whatever the situation happening, Buddha never lingering, never hesitating, never trembling of the compassion and loving kindness for all living beings. That is richness of that, is Sambhokaya. Siddhi means all Nirmakaya. What is Nirmakaya? Benefiting for all the living beings as they need it, fulfill all their wishes. Temporary wishes and ultimate wishes, and benefiting. That is Siddhis, Nirmakaya. And is home. Again, all that display comes from the absolute Padmasambhava. The home is the absolute Padmasambhava, which is in this case nature of our own mind. All these prayers, all these meanings merge from the mind or the absolute mind and merge it back to the absolute mind. With those understanding and they reside in mantra of Padmasambhava. Then with full of joy, full of devotion, full of confidence, really reside and feel a strong presence of Padmasambhava, and with compassion, thinking of all the beings, all these worlds, all these elements, all these beings that we all know in the news and everything. So many difficult troubles. Being as a bodhisattva, being as like take the bodhicitta vows, how we can benefit, what is called the actualizing bodhicitta. And actualizing bodhicitta is pray now. Nothing we can else do. There's no way, we don't have capability. But pray by the blessings of Padmasambhava, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and all the enlightened beings. Really to remove all these troubles in the whole human beings, and all the troubles and the kind of regular, unstable, balanced situations of elements. Really pray. That's what we can. If we do, that is called we are practicing Dharma. We are fulfilling our wishes and goals, the bodhicitta, actualizing the bodhicitta. We practice 6 paramatas. We're doing good. Doing something good from the heart is good. And we can be happy that we're doing something. And dedicating that merit, our recitation, meditation, practice, and practice on Guru Padmasambhava, again to all the beings, to every living being, for our enlightenment. As we all know, we resist the teachings, you all know that. I'm not going to repeat that, but to those really from the heart, to that. Our heart is so important, and when you connect with the heart, that means we are connected to the Absolute Guru Padmasambhava. Absolute Guru Padmasambhava, that truly we are the noble son and noble daughters of the Buddhas and Guru Padmasambhava. So that is really about the meaning of the 7-line prayer in this very special day which is Buddha descending from the heaven. Our gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni descended from the heaven. In the teaching said that in this any meritorious activities, any good motivation thoughts in the teaching said it will multiply that. So in that way, really we do short meditation and we do short dedication prayer. Then afternoon we do the ceremony of the again Lha Bab Duchen or the Buddha descending ceremony we do again. But we do let a dedication really wish this and their benefit all beings, particularly to balance all the elements and balance of the mentalities of all the human beings. So everyone gets some little bit of respect and appreciation to each other, and really this is our place everywhere, ever kind of have the, every level wish that. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much everyone again for your participation and for coming, and thank again. Thank you again. Thank everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Now we do short again few minute meditation, and we chant a 7-line prayer 3 times, and then we do short meditation, reciting the mantra, and then we do short meditation, and then we do the short dedication prayer. Okay. Orji yorje nuzai sa bimma kesra dombo la yam sim joge nuda ayam korodum khando mangwe koro chiche ji so daro ji ye lab sare je so ngora bimma se de hong orji yorje nuzai sa bimma ke dombo la yam sim joge nuda ni ma nyune ji so da ngordum khando mangwe koro chiche ji so daro ji Senji lab sare je so ngora bimma se de hong orji yorje nuzai sa bimma ke sa dombo la Yansin joge ngudum ni bimam nyone yeso ay ngordum khando mambu gor chiche yeso daru ji sinji labsara yeso so ngora bimma sede ho orji yorje nuzan sa bimma kedra dum da yansin joge ngudum ni Bimma nyone yeso da ngordum khando mambu koro chiche yeso daro ji senji lazare yeso so ngora bimma sede ho orji yorje nuzai bimma geza dumbola yansin joge ngudum ni bimma nyone yeso da ngordum khando mambu chiche yeso daro ji sinji lazare yeso so ngora bimma sede ho orji yorje nuzai sa bimma kedra dumbo la yam sim joge ngudo ni bimma nyone yeso da ngordum khando mambu Yes, in the last Gurabima said, home, orgy, or gen of the Pima Gazaradom, and Jogan, Pima, June, Jesus, I, Cordon, Guando, Mambo, Jesus, Sinjia last of Jesus, Gurabima said, oh, Okay. I'm sorry, I thought I like to talk briefly about this mantra. This mantra on Padmasambhava is the 12th syllable mantra as we chant it, Om Ahom Bedan Gurupema. And that is actually in the teachings, it is a mantra, of course, it's renowned as a mantra of Padmasambhava, but it is a mantra of all the Buddhas, the Bodhisattva, every enlightenment too. And then, so this is the mantra. Mantra is a Sanskrit word. Mantra means secret, simple with secret syllables. But also mantra is according to Sanskrit, man and tra, there's two words. Man means mind, tra means the protection. So that means protecting the mind. When you recite secret this mantra, which is secret sound, or which is again is not written by anyone, self-voice of the true nature of the love and compassion, it is a song, secret word that will protect the mind from the duality, mind from negative emotions. So that is the meaning of the mantra itself. And then now this 12th syllable mantra first is Om Ahom. It is Om is all the represent the secret forms of the Buddhas. All the Buddhas secret form Om. And Om has also many meanings. Om is a very auspicious, prosperity is a very, very special. When you chant the Om, it brings so everything harmonized, calm and peaceful. Those are in the teaching. So it is basically, in this case, is symbolized all the forms of the Buddhas. Ah is all the speech, sound of the Buddhas, all the sound. And the Hong is the Western mind of all the Buddhas. So that is the three, that Om Ah Hong, sacred form, or Vajra form, Vajra sound, Vajra mind. And then Guru Pema, Pema Siddhi is the same as he said. Guru is Dharmakaya, and Pema is the Sambhokaya, and then Siddhi is the Nirmakaya level, And Guru is also a teacher, and Pema is Guru is all the gurus. Pema is all the yadams. Siddhi is all the Dakinis and the Dharma Palas. So that's the meaning. And then Hong is then sacred syllable of all the Buddhas. In this case, Padmasambhava, hard syllables. Then so Om Ah Hong Vedan Guru Pema Siddhi Hong. That makes the 12 really meaning meaning of the 12 syllable mantra of Guru Padmasambhava. So that's it. And now we do few minutes silent meditation, and then we dedicate the merit. Okay, thank you again. Thank you. Now we dedicate the merit, short dedication. Okay, we do this long life prayers or the swap the returning prayers too. Rebirth prayers. If you have that, open that. Otherwise, most of these we will pray and do also English. Then if you don't have, then please join your intention with our prayer. Namo Guru Urje Sanje Nyinge Rukpa Nze Dunjo Sanje Pema Yeba Jo Larye Druzo Ngunde Nyurzo De Nkolo Sam Nandara De Marai Yo Kare Rave Kurve Shanga Su Pendai Deva Amali Nyungene Chere Zuwai Tenze Jamso Ye Shape Karje Baradu Tenjura Om Choksam Saksam Jigde Pema Jo Yena Sorde Sugi Tuzenje Kenje Barade Jira Tribe Dizem Darase Jom Tsewang Zibim Shedum Sole Namjara Jo. By this merit, may all the storm and the sickness may the soul to benefit and happiness. Buddha teaches the name for a long time. May the victor benefit the life of the noble ones. No holders of the teachings to the name for may all the temples and monasteries, all the reflections of Dharma flourish. May somehow always be harmony. May their aspirations be achieved. Number 5. Number 5. May all the sentient beings always be joyful. May all the blessings of Lord Rinpoche forever. May the wishes for all the bodhisattvas, all the women, at this very moment, the people of the nations earth, may not even the name of the disease, famine, and war and suffering be heard. But rather may pure conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase. Good fortune and being always arises. Precious bodhisattva, those who may understand, those who may never but always continue increase. Number 13. Number 13. May the great tradition of the Khenpo Raket, Lopum Emma Simba, Dharma Stone Depot, spread throughout the 3 realms. May the appearance of the 3 jewels and 9 streams of beings remain inseparable and bring sublime well-being throughout the 3 times. Deep in the mantra and Dharmakaya, and nature appearance, song of awareness, the grace of fire and the wisdom display of the Buddhas, and the practitioners of Dharma secret great perfection. Remain separable in the world of one faith, oneness, wisdom, Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for participating. Tachideles. And if you have time, we'll practice again 3:30. Please join with us. We practice of the Buddha descended from the heaven. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
So 30, you started. At 2:30. Oh, I got plenty of time.